Hey guys, welcome back to another live student athlete interview. Today we are joined by Gaston. Here we go. Now, sorry if you can hear.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
I'm good. So sorry if you can hear like sirens in the background.
Okay.
But yeah, thank you so much for coming on today. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day.
That's no problem. Thank you for inviting me on.
Of course. To get started, I'm just going to ask you a little bit about your background, like where you're from, like what sport you play, your position, like where you go to school, things like that.
All right. Yeah. Well, I'm from North Carolina. I go to Union Academy High School. It's a charter school. I play soccer, and I'm a striker for varsity soccer at Union Academy. I've been playing soccer since I was about 3, and yeah, I think that's it.
That's really funny. I also went to a charter school for high school.
Oh.
That's a pretty nice coincidence. Um, so, are you like aiming to play in college after you graduate? And if so, like, have you like looked at any colleges? Like, where are you at with that kind of process?
Yes, my goal obviously in life is to go pro, but I'm looking at some colleges. Obviously, I can't. D1 recruiting is obviously in a dead period right now, so that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But for D2, I'm looking at Queens strongly, heavily right now.
Mm-hmm.
Queens University.
Yeah, I know that recruiting is kind of like it's a strange process right now, like with a lot of sports not playing right now, and also like in-person visits aren't really happening. Like just everything's thrown off, so that can be like a really confusing process. Like have you started with that recruiting process at all? Like talking with coaches, like putting together any highlight videos? Have you visited any campuses yet?
Yeah, I have a couple highlight videos. And yeah, I visited Queens, and I've been to a couple ID camps. Made a highlight video. Got myself out there. I have a couple connected coaches, and hopefully I can make the most of what I can do.
Mm-hmm. So what are you looking for specifically in a college, either athletically or academically?
Athletically, I'm just looking for some place where I can grow as a player, as a person, and as a student. Hopefully, they can develop me as a player to become the best player I can be, and I want the best competition possible, so I can eventually one day go pro or get better. At least I just want to be the best player I can possibly be.
Yeah, like I know that like finding the college with like all the right resources and like training and all of that is super important. So what'll be like a huge like deciding factor for you, like in terms of where you might want to go?
It doesn't really take much. It's just maybe as long as I have a slim possibility of getting a chance, maybe to get a look in at the team, blah, 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 all that stuff. Then, I mean, that's all it takes, because all I really want to do is play soccer. I can learn at the school. I mean, my dream in life is soccer. I don't see myself doing anything else, but.
Yeah. So what's your favorite thing about being a student athlete? And maybe kind of like walk us through what a day is like for you as a student athlete.
Well, with my school, since it's decently small, I have a great relationship with our like athletic director, our coach, all that stuff. That's like probably my favorite part. Since I'm a captain of the team, I've been the captain for the past 2 years. I'm a strong relationship with my coach, knowing him all my high school career, obviously, and talking through game plans of like big games coming up, and obviously he helps me with my college recruiting as well. Having like a good relationship with the athletic director, so I can ask him about like what the field's like, all that stuff, get it cut right for us. So that's a very big privilege of having like a smaller school, which is very useful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I know like with the charter, like coming from a charter school, there weren't that many student athletes. My class only had around 70 students in it, so it was pretty small. So it's nice that the athletes had a really nice relationship with the coaches, and even though like some of our teams were kind of big, like our cross country team is honestly really big. All of them still have like a really great relationship with the coaches, and yeah, so that like really helped out. What does like a day look like for you as a student athlete?
Well, since I guess we're not going in school right now because of COVID, I guess right now, I guess it's, wake up, join my Zoom calls, do my online learning, do all that stuff. And around 3:45, I'll my team practice, and occasionally say we don't have practice one day, or maybe not even just free time, but say depending on how I'm feeling, I'll either practice individually after or before the practice to obviously better myself.
Yeah.
The team.
Mm-hmm. Are you guys playing right now? Like, I know you said that COVID is impacting a lot of like what you guys are doing, but you guys like, did you have a season in the fall, or was it postponed?
Yeah, gratefully right now we're actually in season. We're having an abbreviated season. We're only playing conference games, but unfortunately we have to play with masks, so it's very, very tough. So
Yeah, I know like a lot of high schools out there aren't even competing at all, and
yeah.
that kind of sucks for the student athletes who want to be recruited. But hopefully, like coaches will understand that like this is a weird time for everybody, and not everybody gets the opportunity to compete right now. But it's really good that you guys are at least getting in competitive like a conference season. What's the most challenging part for you being a student athlete, and how do you overcome those challenges?
I guess the most challenging part is maybe schoolwork, because you have to manage your time. You have to schedule when you have to do like say a project or an essay that's due like the next day, and you also have a game that day. Like get back late, all that stuff. You can either have a flexible teacher or a strict teacher, but you have to find a way to do the work in the time presented, or else obviously you won't be able to play soccer at the end of the day, because learning comes first, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know that like the schedule that you guys go through, like even while you're in season, like while you're not in season, there's like practice takes up like hours of your day, and like it's hard to find that time after school to like do all of that stuff. So I'm sure you guys have like a lot of late nights. But yeah, like time management with all of this and being organized is super important. Mm-hmm. And I know you said your season just started, but like what's a goal that you have for this season for yourself as an athlete?
Well, this season, I guess right now would be right now I guess it's to break my school's record for most goals as a varsity athlete, or to get in at least to the record books of North Carolina for the most goals scored in 4 years, which I'm not too far off doing.
Wow, yeah, that'll be like really. That'll be super impressive. Like whenever you like get to talk to a coach, so like a D1 or D2 college, and like you'll get to have that record out there. That'll be super cool.
Yeah.
And I know we've talked about the pandemic a little bit and how that's impacted like students right now, like especially student athletes in high school who want to go into college. And you're kind of going through that right now. So what's some advice that you have for students that are in your same position that maybe might not get the chance to play right now, and like when it comes to recruiting, like what's some advice that you have for them?
Some advice I have is obviously you can't stop, you can't quit just because of the pandemic. You have to work on yourself, and you have to be ready for the time that is presented to you, and whatever chance you get, you got to be ready to take it. You can't just quit now just because of the COVID, blah, 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 because you can still send in like things like training videos, blah, 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 and they still look at that because they look at anything they can, because it's not like they can go out and see you. So you're gonna have to do everything you can to get your name out there. You can't just quit. Make sure you don't quit on.
Yeah. And I know like even if like you might not get the chance to compete, you still have that time to continue training and to continue like building strength, working on like your conditioning. Like there's still plenty of time to try to do that, even if it's not in like an official team practice. There's still plenty of opportunities to like keep pushing yourself as an athlete, even if you're not playing. But yeah, I think that's really great advice. Like don't let the pandemic get in your way. I know that like it can cause a lot of us to like to lose motivation, either as like a student or like it's just like being stuck inside. Like it kind of sucks, and like you might lose that motivation. But if like playing a sport is something you really want to do, you really have to like use this time and stay motivated. Did anybody have any questions in the chat, or did you have anything else that you wanted to talk about?
No, not particularly.
Okay. I don't think we have any questions coming in, so I think that's it. Thank you so much for coming on today. I really appreciate your time.
No,
And have a great rest of your day. Stay safe.
thank you. You too.